You like to be a mixed martial a-hole.
No way.
Oh! From the Queen Studios of New York, Fight Week, Cowboy versus Till, Conor McGregor versus Tony Ferguson, Grand Theft Auto cartoons with the MMA-Holes. Wonderful, wonderful. What's up, friends and family? I hope everyone's good. Hope everyone's great. I hope everyone is wonderful, wonderful on a Monday. That's right, 10/15. It's October 15th. I can't even believe it. It's insane. Halloween's right around the corner. November's right around the corner. UFC 217 is around the corner. Everything is around the corner. It's crazy over here on a Monday afternoon. Welcome to the show. I hope everyone's good. We have a lot of things to cram into this wonderful, wonderful hour. Now, you know Ariel Helwani is live right now, but we don't care. We are fearless over here on the MMA-Holes. We don't give a fook because we are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Right, Connor? Yes, that's right. Okay, check this out. This is our thumbnail. Bang, bada, bang, bang, right there. The MMA-Holes Hour. That is what this is called. It comes back every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And today, there's a lot of shite to talk about. A lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of stuff to cover. And we're going to cram it in with a jam-packed, exciting, super-duper show like usual. Because we don't give a fuck over here. Here is the chat room. Chat room unite with the sexiness. Look at all these fooks in here. Let's say hello to our friends. Nimesh is here. Says he. Jessie, Belle Hill, the moderator, is here. Kay Orr is here. Michael Anzalone, Filthy George. Daryl's here. Let's see who else we got. Kaepernick Sucks says, what's up, guys? Tim F says, George, you're under arrest. That's right. We have a swole room of fooks hanging with the boys on a Monday.
Hanging with the boys.
We're here to break records today on the MMA-Holes. We're here to take over the world. We're here to do it one day at a time on a Monday. Now, Mondays aren't for everybody. Sometimes people just don't like Mondays. They think Mondays suck. But here on the MMA-Holes, we make your Monday happy. We make your Monday sexy and swole. So that's what we're here to do, to bring some entertainment into your lives, because that's what we do. We're just great over here. We're taking over the YouTube world, the MMA world, the MMA YouTube world. We're taking
Wonderful.
we're taking over. That's right. Yeah, if that makes any sense. Anyway, check out the chat room. We have 23 in that tip jar all afternoon long. What I want you guys to do is just slap the shit out of that thumbs up button, and we're going to keep on playing this fucking annoying song. 10 more likes. Keep hitting the thumbs. Let's piss everyone off on a Monday afternoon.
I've got
and morning.
10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes.
Fuck you.
Dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
This man dances every time. See you later, Brady. That is Brady Ferguson. He dances every time you smack that like button, so keep on slashing the shit out of that like button, and let's get this party going. Beep, says Jessie Belle Hill. Fap, says Filthy George. Let's see. What do we got here? So Filthy George is on fire. It's good to see Filthy back. We haven't seen him in a little bit. Welcome back to the show, Filthy. Welcome back to the show. We will be taking phone calls. We will be discussing a lot of the latest and greatest in MMA news. If you are new to the show, you drop yourself right in over here and subscribe to the GOAT, the MMA-Holes. I just put in this morning, my cousin has a little bit of a hook with t-shirts. So not only at the meetup will we be giving out these wristbands, but there will be some t-shirts as well that we'll be tossing out. So there's a lot of things to look forward to. When you say, hey, Chris, what are you talking about meetup? We will be having 3 meetups coming up. October 27th, I'll be at CES. So if you're in the Rhode Island area, find me. Find this face. And maybe you can get a hug from Mystic Moss. That's right. Maybe you can get a hug from Mr. Wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Now I have the wrong thing up over here. I just noticed that. So what I'm going to do is this. Boom! We transferred ourselves into the Monday show. Look at that. It's fucking great. Now I have to fix things up over here. But yeah, look, what's going on? Let's do this. Whoop. This is the Monday show. Why are we in the Wednesday show thing? It's fine. So let's go like this. Transform. Edit transform. And yeah, look at this. We make these things happen on the fly. Because the Monday show. Is that good? Hey, look, it fits like a glove. All right, there we go. Wonderful, wonderful. Everyone say wonderful, wonderful for the Monday show because this is the Monday show. It's not the other show. So there we go. Now we're in the Monday show. we're in the Monday show now. Look at that. See, look, we do things on the fly over here. My studio's all fucked up. Let's put this over closer. Look at that. Look at that Monday show action. All right, so who gives a fuck, right? Oh, the Monday show just flew in. It just flew into my face. All right, that's good enough. I can deal with that. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, there is the studio. The Monday show is here now. And let's talk about something over here. Something wonderful, wonderful. You know, I just realized that I didn't set up the Monday show correctly. Look at this. Look at this. Ed. Let's go like this. Watch this. We do this on the fly because we're wonderful, wonderful over here. Da-dee-da-dee-da, we're doing it on the fly. We're doing it on the fly. Let's go like this. Okay, good. See that? See that over there? That's a logo. It's called Topics, right? Because it's time for
Topics.
It's in the middle of the stream. Topics.
Topics. Topics. Topics.
It's the first time we started the show with the wrong thing around, but who gives a fuck, right? Who gives a fuck? Because if you don't like it, you can lick my balls.
Lick my balls.
All right, let's talk about topics. We have a lot of things to discuss over here. Let's talk topics. Carlos Condit says, and he's coming back, Carlos Condit. He's coming back versus Neil Magny at UFC 219, and he says, I'll probably want to fight until I'm dead. He wants to fight until he's dead. Jesus Christ, Carlos Condit. Why would you want to fight until you're dead? That's terrible. I mean, fight until you're dead. That would actually be horrible, but that's what Carlos Condit says. The natural born killer. The Carlos Condit wants to fight until he is dead, and that is, I don't know if he's going to die, but if you would like to see him die, UFC 219, then knock yourself out. But Carlos Condit wants to fight until he's dead. I miss Carlos Condit. I really do. Fighting out of Jackson Wink, the natural born killer. The guy's fucking crazy. The guy's fun to watch. The guy's wonderful, wonderful. And he'll be fighting at UFC 219 the end of the year, December 30th. And I like that quote. He's not fucking around. He's not playing around. And against Neil Magny, it should be a really good fight. Tyron Woodley says that, let's see, the only fight that Ronda Rousey would be back with is Gina Carano. Gina Carano is the only fight that will drag Ronda Rousey out of her retirement, is what Tyron Woodley says. All right. No one wants to see Gina Carano come back. I saw her acting in Deadpool, and it was horrendous. It was not wonderful, wonderful. When I was watching her acting in Deadpool, I was like, no. Yeah, Gina Carano, Ronda Rousey, both just stay away. Just no more of that. Tyron Woodley also says that a potential GSP McGregor fight is a disrespect to him, is what Tyron Woodley says. Now, Tyron Woodley, stop it. Stop it with this disrespect. First of all, I don't personally see GSP fighting McGregor. He's got to get past Michael Bisping. I can't see it possible that this is happening with Conor McGregor, but he says if it does happen, it's very disrespectful because Tyron Woodley likes to talk about disrespectful things and blah, blah, blah. I think it would be racist if it happens, but that's just me. Saki. Okay, Saki makes an analogy about fighting Khalil Roundtree. Now, Gokan Saki got his first win in the UFC with an impressive KO or TKO, and he's ready to rock. Gokan Saki, kickboxing extraordinaire, legendary kickboxing extraordinaire, is in the UFC now, looking to take people's heads off. And he says, in reference to Khalil Roundtree, he says, it's like I'm Ronaldo, and he's just playing football in the park with his friends. So Gokan Saki is saying he is here, and Khalil Roundtree is just a child playing football with his friends in the park. Football meaning soccer in America. I I don't think he's far off. I do feel that Gokan Saki is very, very, very good with his striking, and they match him up against a guy named Khalil Roundtree, who is just he's dangerous too with his striking. Khalil Roundtree is got pop in his hands. It's a perfect matchup because Khalil Roundtree, what does he not like to fight against? Grapplers. He doesn't like to roll around on the floor. He gets choked out. They choke out his mustache. So put both guys on the feet and let them just throw hands. It's the way to go. I'm pumped up. Don't sleep on Khalil Roundtree. The guy has got sick hands. And I'm going to take a vote later on in the show to see who you guys think is going to win this fight. If Khalil knocks out Saki, that'd be insane. But regardless, the fight's going to be fireworks. Khalil Roundtree versus Gokan Saki. I am 100% on board with that fight. Michael Bisping, okay? He's fighting GSP at UFC 217. Michael Bisping, well, he went to Montreal, okay? He went to Montreal. He went to a Canadians game with George St. Pierre. And basically, they are trotting Bisping around with George St. Pierre from place to place to get everyone fired up, to buy tickets, to get pay-per-views, to get their asses in the seats for MSG. I don't think MSG is sold out, by the way, because the prices are so fucking ridiculous. I'll be there for UFC 217, and I'll see all of you guys there for UFC 217 for the weigh-ins at the night before. But I don't think it's sold out. It's too expensive. My cousin got tickets for UFC 218 in Michigan, okay? They invited me to go, and I do appreciate them for throwing that invite out. It's awesome. But, you know, I got this fucking show to run over here. It's crazy. But they got some tickets over there for like $200, 15 rows back from the cage. Okay? $200 for seats, 15 rows back from the cage. Think about it, guys. $200 at Madison Square Garden. You're sitting on the roof. You're sitting with the pigeons at Madison Square Garden. But in Michigan for UFC 218, you could get dirt cheap tickets and sit literally cage side. It's crazy. So if you are in Michigan, if you're near Detroit or whatever, for UFC 218, I highly recommend you get your ass some tickets to that fight because it's going to be real cheap, and the card is good. The UFC 218 card is very, very good. Let's take a quick peek at that over there. UFC 217 is next, but this weekend we have Cowboy versus Till. A lot of stuff. Every weekend they have something going on. Let's go to UFC 218. All right, here it is. Frankie Edgar versus Max Holloway. 217 is expensive, but even if they don't sell out, it will be a huge gate, says Brian Reuger. They're going to make some money over there, but I sense... I don't think it's going to sell out. I really don't think it's going to sell out. They need it to sell out. They got 3 title fights. They got 3 fucking champs that they got to pay over there. People are stealing fights. The pay-per-view money's not really there. But it'll be interesting to see how many people are in those seats. For UFC 218, as of now, the card's not completely put together. I don't know why Henry Cejudo is still here. I thought he was injured from his fire accident. Maybe he's not. I don't know. But look at this. Tamer Close is an awesome fight. You got freaking Felice Herrig coming back from Poopgate. Magana, no one gives a fuck about her, but people know who she is because she likes to show her ass. And look at this. Raging Al got thrown onto this card with Paul Felder. Every time we turn around, another fight is thrown on this card. I kind of wish this was 217. It's like a drop. They dropped the ball for this one. How the fuck do you not have Raging Al fighting in New York? It makes no sense to me. It makes no fucking sense how you have Raging Al not fighting in New York in 217, but they threw him on this card, and it's a gift for Detroit. Great fight over here, Paul Felder, Iaquinta. That shit's going to be a fire. Absolute fire. You got Eddie Alvarez versus Gaethje. That's going to be fucking lit. That's going to be lit, this fight. You got Overeem versus Ngannou, which is going to be out of control. And you have Holloway versus Edgar. Think about it, guys. Let it soak into your head. Let it soak into your heads right now. $200 to sit 15 rows back from the cage. It's unbelievable. It really is. So if you're in Michigan, Detroit, get your ass some tickets and go over there. Pronto. Get your ass into that fight because that card is very stacked. For a card, this is usually a card that they throw, like it's like the filler card. You have UFC 217, right, which is huge in MSG, and then you have UFC 219 back in Vegas, right? So usually the card in between, they just kind of piece together garbage. This card is very good. This card is very, very good. And you could make an argument that this card could be better than UFC 217. I could actually make that argument. UFC 217, don't get me wrong, is stacked, but this card's not even put together fully yet. You pretty much know everyone on the card. And not only do you know everyone on the card, it's pieced together nicely. If this stays intact, Cejudo versus Pettis, I'm not sure what his deal is with the fire thing. I have no idea what the hell happened to him. He got injured, but he's still here. But regardless, with or without that fight, I mean, the four that stand out, I mean, Holloway, Edgar, awesome fight. Overeem and Ngannou, yes. Alvarez Gaethje is probably going to be fight of the night. I mean, it's pretty easy to put money on that being fight of the night, but you can't sleep on this fight, man. Iaquinta versus Felder? You can't sleep on this fight. UFC 218 looks very, very good. Good job by the UFC. UFC has been criticized for their pay-per-views. Keep on going to the wrong screen. Let's pull this down over here. We're in the Monday show, guys. That's what we are. This fucking show today is complete fucking autism. We're in the Monday show. We're not in the weekly show. We're in the This is the MMA-Holes hour, which is the Monday show. That's right. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
But yeah, the way UFC is ending this year, it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. It's been lackluster. The card, a lot of people falling out of cards on the way over here, and now we're just finishing so strong. And don't sleep on UFC 219. They're gonna put that thing together, and it's gonna be ridiculous. All right, so Frankie Edgar, speaking of Frankie Edgar, who's fighting Max Holloway at UFC 218, he says he doesn't believe in more divisions. Okay, he doesn't believe in that because he doesn't think it'll stop extreme weight cutting. So they were thinking about putting like a 165 weight class in there, something in between maybe light heavyweight and heavyweight, or from 175 to 185, throw a weight class in there. There are thoughts being thrown around about different weight classes to stop people from cutting so much weight. I still believe that 165 especially is one of those weight classes that kind of have to be there. You notice a lot of people fall, they have problems with 155 and 170 in between over there. There's a lot of missed opportunities over there. So I think it can help. But with Frankie Edgar, who is a veteran of the sport, and saying this, that it's not going to stop extreme weight cutting, I could see it. I think it will not stop it, but I think it will lessen the effect of the damage it takes on these fighters, because right now there's a gap between these weight classes. So guys want to get an edge. If they see that they can get an edge in a certain weight class, they're going to cut crazy weight to get there. There's people still going to try to get the advantage. You know, say if a guy fights at 170, like that's more of a natural weight for them, and then they cut down to 155, okay? It's a big gap there. Now 165 comes up. So now, okay, now they could go to 165, an easier cut, but if 155 has a better opportunity for them, they're still going to try to get to 155. You know what I'm saying? They're still going to try to get there to that weight class. So people are still going to be trying to cut corners and try to find ways, an easy shortcut to get to these better opportunities. So Tim F says Frankie is a 40-year-old midget Guido. It's true, yeah. It's just true. But I still think there's still going to be problems with weight cutting. There's always going to be problems with weight cutting. I do believe that if they add another weight class, that it will lessen the casualties along the way. That's my opinion. So I think it will lower the percentage of people getting sick and not being able to fight. I think that's what's going to happen. But people are still going to try to do these drastic weight cuts to get the advantage. That's never going to stop. That's never going to stop. All right, let's see what we got here. CM Punk, he begins training for his second MMA fight like no one gives a fuck.
Who the fuck is that
CM Punk, yeah, he's training. Now, I don't know if it's going to be UFC, if it's going to be Bellator, if it's going to be anything else, LFA, I have no idea. But no one has really claimed CM Punk. I'm assuming that the UFC is just going to go for a quick payday again and try to throw him on a card. I'm assuming that's what they're going to do. But he is training, and it is going to be another pro fight. I don't understand how he's a professional MMA fighter. I don't see how that's even possible. I wish they would take CM Punk and throw him in a tough house. I think that's the only way to have CM Punk. But yeah. RDA is usually 190 pounds cutting to 155. The week of the fights is Kenshiro Ryu. Good point over there. Now RDA is fighting at 170. He's fighting Robbie Lawler, which is a fucking awesome fight. The winner gets the champ, Tyron Woodley. according to what's going on now with Dana White. You never know with these super fights, but that is the case right now. And RDA said to get to 155, it was a complete nightmare. So look at Paige Van Zandt now. She's going to be fighting at 125, and you saw pictures of her, nudie pictures where she's covering her ninnies, and Paige Van Zandt had problems, you know, making that way. It's just not safe to do. Who will CM Punk fight says Kaepernick sucks. I wish Matt the Har Fitzpatrick would be the guy, our friend of the show. I don't know. Darrell says CM Punk with sad faces. No one wants to see CM Punk fight. It's very obvious. Let me take a quick vote in this chat right now. Yes or no? Do you want to see CM Punk fight again? CM Punk is just, it's a money grab. That's all it is. It's a complete money grab for the UFC or whatever organization he fights for. Tim F says CM Punk is the GOAT.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful.
John stuttered there. I should say Luke Thomas stuttered there. We have 37 likes. I missed a 10 more like song, so we'll play it again. 10 more likes. Where is he? Brady Ferguson, come out and play. Let's go. Everybody dance.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes.
Fuck you.
Dislikes.
Do it.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
That's right. We missed the 30 like mark, and we make them dance. 10 more likes every 10 likes. Michael Anzalone says no. No. Caden says, wow, MGXO wants to see it. Marco says, Tim F says, I think Steven Sedillo says, Jay Smooth says, fuck CM Punk. K Money says, fuck. And hell nah says Jay Smooth. Darrell says, Kaepernick sucks says, yes. Let the man have fun. All right. Noah says Zach. Darrell, no. CM Punk cunt says, I quit the booze. I see you at the booze. I think that's what it is. I see you at the booze. Says CM Punk is a cunt. There you go. There's not many other MMA shows where you get that feedback. And I agree. CM Punk is a cunt. I love CM Punk in WWE, not MMA, says Caden Bates. Brian Roy just says, everything is about money. That's the way it is. Book it. Michael Anzalone says, that's terrible, Ken. He should be careful. CM Punk will end up beating DJ's record, says Tim F.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Adam North is here, says, no, it's a gimmick. Fook Punk. Head movement. Head movement. Head movement.
Head movement.
Says Marco.
Head movement. Head movement. Head movement. Head movement. Head movement.
CM Punk will hold 3 belts at the same time, says Filthy George. Fuck to all, to that. Philip V says, fuck to the hell. Nah, 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 nah. That's right. Unless CM Punk fights Nate Diaz. That's what Michael Anzalone wants. You want him to die, apparently. Darrell says CM Punk versus George. So it looks like the room does not want to see CM Punk fight, but there are a couple of people that says, you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing it just for the circus. Now, here's the deal. If you're going to have CM Punk fight, me personally, I need CM to fight. I need him to be in a tough house. Might be the only thing that'll get me back into watching. I didn't watch him on MTV, but maybe if you put him in a tough house, maybe I would watch that season and we could do a reaction to that. But other than that, I don't care about CM Punk fighting. Maybe throw him on a preliminary. They're not going to put him on a prelims because he is a WWE superstar, you know, and he's going to bring ratings. So, of course, they're going to drop him on a main card again. Who knows what his opponent's going to be, but it's pretty interesting. Mackenzie Dern gets her 4th win. We did a little bit of a fight reaction to that. If you missed it, check our previous stream. A couple of streams back on Friday. But she has a 4th win, and we're going to figure out if she's going to the UFC, Bellator, if she's ready. I don't think she's ready yet. I really don't. I mean, she has a great ground game. Her ground game is very, very good. I just don't know if she's quite there after watching that striking and stuff like that. But you never know, you know. You put a pretty face into the UFC, you know. Maybe they'll do it. Who knows? Rampage versus Nick Diaz? Did someone say Rampage versus Nick Diaz?
2 of the baddest motherfuckers ever on the planet, bro.
Whoa.
I'm the real champion.
He's the real world champion. Rampage is upset. Oh my God. Now Rampage takes off his hat. He's looking over at Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is making his girl laugh. Rampage is like, nah, I'm good. What? This girl's fucking entertaining it.
Nick, I've never done this to you.
I've never done this to you.
What? Nick, I've never done this to you. This is out of order, brother. I've never done this to you.
What about the time?
This is out of order.
Her dad said make sure
I don't remember that.
He said make sure I don't do too much.
This is out of order. This is mine. It's out of order.
Wow, look at that, guys. Rampage for real puts this video on Instagram. Now, the fact that Rampage posted this shows me it's all a goof. But what's up with Nick Diaz going all half retarded? And going, so now we know what Nick Diaz sounds like when he spits game. When he goes up to a young lady and he goes,
Two of the baddest motherfuckers ever on the planet, bro.
Right? That's what Nick Diaz sounds like?
I'm the real champion.
Rampage is all upset. Hey. What do you rate this girl at 10?
Nick, I've never done this to you.
I've never done this to you.
Nick, I've never done this to you. This is out of order, brother. I've never done this to you.
What about the time?
This is out of order.
Her dad said make sure
I don't remember that.
He said make sure I don't do too much.
This is out of order. This is mine. It's out of order.
Two of the baddest motherfuckers ever on
What the fuck? What the fuck is going on there? Now, let me ask you guys in the chat. Do you think that was real or they were just fucking to realize that some people have accents jerk? No, that wasn't an accent. That was a drunk man going, I was a champion. That's what I heard. That's what I fucking heard. But let me know in the chat room, do you think that was real or not real? I think these guys were drunk. They were fucking around. They're having a little bit of fun. And if that was real, Rampage wouldn't have posted that. That's my opinion. But it was fucking funny as hell. Rampage ran through her. And Nick, drunk ass salty. Nick got the W's. Give me a girl's house and mumble. Mumble. Ninja. Dick is small, says Kenshiro Ryu. That's all I heard from Nick. Kaepernick Sucks says, this is like McDonald's ice cream machine. Out of order. Johnny says, Conor McGregor won 5 belts altogether, but never defend one. Oh my God. Everyone's like, Conor never defends his belt. Then he's going to beat Tony Ferguson. And they'll be like, oh my God. It was he unified it. He didn't defend it. Meh. Nick mumbling and shit, says Jay Smooth. I'm going to fap to that later, by the way, says Filthy George.
Fap.
If it was real, you know they got in a fight when they got home, says Jessie Belle Hill. Now, okay, here's the thing with Rampage. Every time you see Rampage Jackson, you find him with a different woman. I saw him at Smash Global, and he's sitting at the table with some fucking blonde girl. Beautiful blonde girl. I mean, Rampage is a fucking player. He goes out and he slays women apparently, and he's a funny dude, Rampage Jackson. Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz. That's how Nick Diaz is spitting game. Imagine Nick and Nate at a club spitting game. I want to know real quick though, what do you rate the girl that they were with out of 10? I need to have a rating over here, okay? Because the MMA-Holes, we'd like to take ratings. We like to take votes over here on the MMA-Holes. What do you rate this girl right over here? What do you give her? I don't have the arrow in front of her face. Out of 10. Now, her face is not all that. She's all done up with makeup. I think Rampage could do a little better, to be honest. She looks like the gremlin. You know, the gremlin when they put the fucking makeup on the gremlin? That's my opinion. But what do you rate her out of 10? You know what I'm talking about. the gremlin with the lipstick. What do you guys think over here with this girl? Out of 10, what do you rate her? Now, listen, if you're drunk coming from a club, I get it. But, hey, my train to home is 5 hours late. Your live stream makes my day. Thank you, Nimesh. I appreciate it. All right, Michael Anzalone gives her a 10. Chris is horny for Nick Diaz. His mate. I am, yes. I'm going to fap to Nick Diaz later.
Fap.
How does Rampage pass his pre-fight herpes, AIDS, and hepatitis test? Jesus Christ. It's Brian Royer. Tommy Arnold gets her a 6. She was an L out of the alphabet, just saying George Sampras. Filthy George. Gremlin. This is Jessie Belle Hill. 9.2 personality, 1.9 says Tim F. Felipe Matos gives her an 8 out of 10. I'd fuck says Meaty Clackers. Yo, what's up, Philip? 6.9 Thought Meat. Cabinet Sucks gives a 6. 15 out of 10. Oh my God, Nimesh is giving her high ratings, high scores from Nimesh. Caden says 5. Jesse's Hotter says Daryl. Conchiro says on a beauty scale and a sex scale, I put her a 6.5 and looks, but her body sex scale is a 9 to me. All right, so yeah, her body looks pretty tight. I'll give you that. Mr. Danky gives it a 9. And here on the MMA Holes, we rate women. We don't rape women. Well, some people do in that fucking dysfunctional chat. But we rate women. We rate men. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful.
But that's, I don't know. That's Rampage's side piece or girl. I don't know. Rampage 4, the number 4 reel. Check out his Instagram over there. And you can see the whole story unfold. Felipe Matos says 8 out of 10. The idea she got BBC from Rampage makes me want to bang her more, says Kenshiro Ryu. Kenshiro Ryu wants the Rampage Jackson sloppy seconds. In the host scale, a 10 says Philippi. Oh, God. Better wear a rubber burn time, says Tommy Arnold. She's a 9, says Ian. Okay, so there we go. I got to fucking try to clip that. I don't know, with that music in the background, I'm probably going to get flagged for the music. Put the tattoo on your shoulder. Yeah. All right.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, let's see what else we got over here. Cowboy Till fight. That's right. This weekend, it is fight week. Don't get it twisted. You may be like, what are you talking about? What do you talk about? There's a fight this weekend. Yeah, there's not only a fight this weekend, there's a fight every weekend until the end of the year. The UFC, it's like Christmas. They're just giving us fights up the wazoo. Now, over here, Cowboy versus Till. A lot of people said the winner of this is going to fight Perry, but Perry has Ponzinibbio coming up. So, yeah, we have Donald Cerrone versus Darren Till going down. This is a 3 p.m. card over here on the East Coast. It's in Poland. It's interesting. Am I fucking super excited about it? No, but I will be doing a Fight Buddies for it. So stay tuned for a fight reaction to this. Subscribe to the channel and make sure you hit that alert so you know when we're live. Only 2 fights I give a fuck about on this card. Carolina's coming back, and I find her to be one of the most attractive in the UFC. She has a little weird face over here, but that's fine. I still put it in her butt. Jody, who is this Jody bitch?
Who the fuck is
I'm not
that
sure
guy?
who she is, but if anyone can help me out with this one, Jody, hold on. How the fuck do you spell this bitch's name? Not a bitch. She's probably a nice woman. But she is just, how does Carolina, who is like, what? She's right up there. What is she, number 2 or 3? And they got her fighting this girl here with nothing. There's nothing to, well, what's going on here? Was it Jody? What the fuck's her name? Jody. Hold on a second. I need to find this. Was it Jody? There we go. Let's do a little research on her. I mean, she's got to be decent, right? To fight Karolina Kowalkiewicz. She's only 6-2. How the fuck did she get this fight? She's coming off of 1 win. Where does she fight though? Avenger versus Invicta. Oh, she's from Invicta. Okay. All right. I don't know what the deal with this is, but she is fighting Carolina. How does this work out? What weight class are they fighting at? I need to get to the bottom of this. This is strange. Are they fighting at a specific weight class or something? 125 or some shit like that? No, they're at 115. How does this fight happen? They just needed the thrower. What? Carolina's at the top of the freaking pack over here. You mean to tell me you couldn't put her against? Are they just giving her a layup here? I mean, Jody? Who the fuck is this girl?
Who the fuck is that guy?
It's not going to make people won't give a fuck. I mean, listen, she's fighting in Poland. She's in her home country. Mr. Danky pays women to crush his balls. So there you go.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Tim F says the women's MMA is desperate for talent, and according to this, it sure does look like it. Oh, Brown Bear's fighting. He's fighting this. I should fucking reach out to this dude. Damn it, man. I didn't blow him off, but I kind of pushed him off. I was supposed to have him on a couple weeks back. Actually, it was before a strike, so it was even further back. Devin Clark. Nice guy. Real nice dude, man. I should try to get him on. He fights out of Jackson Wink. Fuck, he's fighting in Poland. I should reach out to him with the DMs. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reach out to Devin after the show and try to get him on. But, yeah, he's fighting. Okay, Brown Bear's fighting. Cool. Keep an eye on Brown Bear, too, man. He can fight at multiple weight classes. He trains with John Jones. Well, he used to train with John Jones. I don't know what John Jones is doing now. But this guy over here, real nice guy. We actually had him on the show briefly when we had John Jones and Matt Fitzpatrick on. But he's coming off of 2 wins over here. He's ready to rock. They're both decisions, but he has a decent record. Pro record, 8-1-0. Like to learn a little bit more about him. 27 years old, 6 foot, 205. So, and remember, he does train out of Jackson Wink, and he's trained with John Jones. If you've seen any of John Jones's training videos before the DC fight, the second fight, you'll see Brown Bear in every one of the pictures. He's in all of them. Even when they were mocking the Daniel Cormier Tower thing, you saw Clark there. He was in all the pictures. So I'm going to reach out to him after the show and get him on. Rest in peace, Devin Clark. No, only if he comes on the show, George. Only if he comes on the show. That's the kiss of death right there. Then he loses. But yeah, he's fighting a guy from Poland over here, Jan Blachowicz. Blachowicz.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So this fight is racist. He's fighting Blachowicz, Jan Blachowicz. But he's coming off a 2-fight losing streak. Rest in peace, Blachowicz. That's what I say. It's like a weird, I don't know, Blachowicz. Well, anyway, we're going to be doing a reaction to this card. So everyone calm the fuck down. All right. George doesn't drive. He's 12. He has a bicycle, says Tim F. Meaty Clacker says, Daryl, you were blowing Darth not too long ago. Tim F. drives a shitty. Do you promote fighter like a promote of manager? Hold on. Nimesh says, do you promote fighter like a promoter or manager? Says Nimesh. No, well, listen. I don't know what you want me to say. I do like Joe Rogan shit. I'm going to be doing it for Premier FC November 11th in Massachusetts. I will be interviewing. I'll be the cage. I'll be the in-cage interviewer for Premier FC. So you'll be seeing me in there. Come down if you're on the East Coast on November 11th. And no, I mean, this is what I do. I like to get people on here. UFC, Bellator, anything. Doesn't matter. I like to promote fights on this show. I like to just basically showcase events that come up. I try to put everything in front of you guys so you can make a decision for yourself on what you would like to watch. Now, we are heavy on the UFC side because UFC is the GOAT right now. When it comes to MMA, UFC is on top of the game. But if there is a local event, if there is anything around that has some sort of interest, some sort of juice, if I could help someone in the local area, I have no problem in helping some people. So we go from the lowest of the lows. We go from amateur fighters all the way up to the top of the food chain with the UFC. So that's why you got to subscribe to the GOAT channel, the MMA-Holes, and we got 10 more likes. Dance. Brady Ferguson, 10 more likes.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
That's right. There's only one person dying of AIDS today, so that's good. Jake Troy says Donald Cerrone should win. All right, so we're going to talk more about this on Wednesday. We do a Wednesday show as well. And Jessie Belle Hill, the moderator in the chat, she does the after show. So definitely stay tuned for that. We will be talking about this fight a little bit more in detail. It's interesting. You have a man that's never really lost. Friend of the show, Minya McGrogden, who is more well-versed in the UK fighters, says that don't sleep on Darren Till. The kid's very, very good. And he's got that face. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's got that Rory McDonald type face, if you know what I mean. That serial killer face. I had a guy on here, Jesse James Kolakowski, who will be fighting at Premier FC. But he has that same look in his eyes. There are certain fighters that have that same look in their eyes, and he has that. You know, You put their eyes close together like a cyclops, and they look like a goddamn killer. There's not much. Cowboy doesn't really know about this kid. He's on a 2-fight win streak, all right? Both in the UFC. There was a draw, and then there was another win. So basically, the man hasn't lost. He has not lost. Darren Till has a big opportunity fighting Cowboy Cerrone. It should be interesting. I like watching these guys that no one really knows about, you know? And they put him up against a guy like Cowboy. It's an interesting move by the UFC. They take this young kid and like, okay, fight Cowboy. And Cowboy's like, fuck it, I'll take any fight. So I have respect for Cowboy Cerrone for taking this fight in Poland, no less. And let's see what this kid's got. Let's see what this kid's got. I think it's an interesting story. So dead in the eyes is Jake Troy. And yeah, that's what it is. Let's see, like Trippy Red, Tim F, your opinion doesn't count. At this point, says Filthy George. Till is a hardy fecker, says Johnny. There you go.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Anytime, says Philip. Darren Till is Bolsonaro 218, says Felipe Matos. Trippy Red. Daryl is blowing kisses at Jessie Belle Hill. Cowboy is not as good as he was, says Johnny. Now, the last fight Cowboy had was against Robbie Lawler, and I think he got it. He won that fight. I think they got it wrong. I did pick Robbie Lawler in the fight, but I think Cerrone won that fight. What was that? UFC 214. It went to the decision. Let's look at the stats. Let's see if I can get them live stats. I don't know if I could get it on that fight. Can I? Can I get a what? Let's see over here. Here we go. All right, so these are the unofficial stats. All right, now the first round, clearly, Robbie Lawler got. Second round, clearly Cowboy Cerrone. Goes to the third round, very close. Very close. Now, you look at the unofficial stats, you say Cowboy Cerrone. Watching with my bare eyes, I say Cowboy Cerrone got this fight. Not sure. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you can't even say significant strikes. So the first round was dominant over here. The second round was swayed in the other direction to Donald Cerrone. And then the third round was a fairly close round, and they gave the decision to Robbie Lawler. Now, the fight sucked regardless, but I did feel that Cerrone won the fight. I really do. I don't think Cerrone's done. I really don't think Cerrone is done. I think he has a little bit left. Now, is Cerrone a champ? No. I don't think Cerrone's ever going to have a belt around his waist. Unless the only way Cowboy Cerrone becomes a champ is if he goes the Michael Bisping route. All right? Philip says Till has a nasty left. J Pro J says Cerrone lost. Get over it. Says J Pro J. You constantly keep on coming in here and yelling at me. Don't let me come in there. Don't let me fly over to Canada and slap the shit out of you. Don't make me come over there. What's going on, Jay? Robbie took the second round off, says J Pro J. All right. Well, you know what? Robbie has done that. Jay actually makes a good point. Robbie Lawler has been known to kind of like save his cardio. If you've noticed that, he always likes to finish strong. Robbie in a fifth round, in a third round, always comes in. Why am I stuttering? Comes in guns blazing. There we go. But I still think that Robbie lost that fight. Doesn't matter. It was a shit fight. So I'm not gonna fucking go crazy and be like, oh my God, Robbie didn't win that. Cowboy was robbed. He was Robbie Lawlered. He robbed E. Lawlered. I'm not gonna say that because the fight sucked. Now, if the fight was like lit and it went in the wrong direction, I'd be upset. But the fight sucked. But yes, Cowboy Cerrone, the only way he's going to win a belt is if he goes the Michael Bisping route. It's the only way. It's the only way that Cowboy Cerrone wins a belt. And by that, I mean comes in last minute, replaces a guy, and challenges for a strap. That's the only way he can do it. But I don't think Cowboy Cerrone. Let me know in the chat. Do you think Cowboy Cerrone, now if Ann H was here, Ann H would say 100%, but do you think that Cowboy Cerrone has a shot at a belt ever in his career? He fought at 155. Now he's chilling at 170 where he belongs. Guy's very talented. Every time he gets to the big dance, he falls. Every time. What would you rate Darren Till's striking? Now, there are people in the chat that are more knowledgeable about Darren Till than me. Everyone says the kid could fucking throw. I'll rate him after this Donald Cerrone fight. I'm going to watch this kid. Very tight. I hope Lawler destroys RDA, and I'm with you, Jake Troy. I hope that too. Fight was aight, says Filthy George. Bisping, says Jessie Belle Hill. Nope. Blahino says, nope, no Cowboy belt. 84th Viking says, Cowboy does not have the heart of Bisping. You know what? You could say that Cowboy doesn't have heart. I could see that because every time he gets to that big dance, he falls. When Bisping finally got to the big dance, he won. And he beat a guy in Luke Rockhold, which is insane. Maybe Luke Rockhold beat himself with that fight. But regardless, Bisping knocked him out. Cowboy could possibly get a lightweight belt without Conor being there.
Wonderful, wonderful.
This is Filthy George. Alan Burns says, hello from Dublin. Ole, ole, ole.
Lick my balls.
Shut down today, server weather. Severe, well, I think you're trying to say severe weather, but you said server weather. So how are all the MMA holes today? Alan, we are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
What kind of question is that? Of course we're wonderful, wonderful. RDA versus Cerrone is going to be a deadly one, says Felipe Matos. You know RDA is going to take Cerrone down. You know he's going to try to, not Cerrone, sorry. He says RDA versus Cerrone. It's not RDA Cerrone, Philip. It's a RDA versus Lawler, and he's going to try to take him down. Till is 8.5, says Kaora, in striking. I'm pretty excited for this fight. Hi, Alan. I'm from Meath, says Johnny. Okay, cool. You're from Meath. RDA is fighting Lawler. Thank you, Jake Troy. Lols, says Filthy George. The Real says maybe. Maybe. It's possible. I don't think it is possible. I don't think Cowboy has a shot at a belt. I really don't. The only way Cowboy gets in there, and it's very possible that he could slip into one of these title fights. Michael Bisping style. It's very, very, very severe weather. There you go. We got you. All right. So let's see. Where do we leave off? Cowboy Till fight. Okay. So here we go. Now there's a thumbnail of this video. Everyone is so sick and tired of talking about Conor McGregor, right? Right? Yes, everybody is sick and tired about talking about Mystic Mac. Yes, but we have to address a quick thing here. Conor McGregor put out a picture on Twitter, and we discussed it last week, of him with the gun, with some belts, money flying out, Grand Theft Auto style, and just says Tony. Tony Ferguson retaliates, and it sucks because I was off air when he did retaliate, but he retaliates with a video of his own, and not just one, not two, not three, but like 5 different pictures, or 6 different pictures, a montage, if you would say, going back at Conor McGregor. And that was it. They went back and forth, Grand Theft Auto style. To me, looking at this exchange between the two, it seemed like that this was above them. It seemed like that they were owned by the same management company. And I feel that this was kind of staged between their management company. There was a time where Nate Diaz said that Conor McGregor's management team and Tony Ferguson's management team did not want this to happen. Didn't want this fight to happen because it's both their guys. But I think now that they do want it to happen. Because when it comes down to it, it's money. For Conor McGregor, it doesn't make sense because it's not that big super money fight. But does Conor McGregor want to take this fight? Well, he allowed them to let that tweet go out. He allowed it. The call out of Tony Ferguson. And Tony Ferguson comes back. But we haven't heard anything since. What we did hear is this. Daniel Cormier says Ferguson will get turned into a baby deer against Conor McGregor. Tony Ferguson will get turned into a baby deer against Conor McGregor, from Daniel Cormier. Daniel Cormier went back and forth with Tony Ferguson on Twitter, and it was a little weird. I think Tony Ferguson got a little drunk and just decided to go on Twitter and just spam shit and go crazy and interact with the fans. And Daniel Cormier got caught in the crossfire. Daniel Cormier saying that Tony Ferguson will be turned into a baby deer makes me understand why I am a DC fan. Why I root for Daniel Cormier. Because not only is he the champ, the lightweight champ, fuck John Jones, but now Daniel Cormier is saying that Conor McGregor will fuck up Tony Ferguson if that ever were to happen. And I agree. I said the same thing last week. I said if this fight happens, Tony Ferguson, well, that head is just there. That chin is out. And Daniel Cormier said the same fucking thing. He said the same thing. It's the goddamn truth. Tony Ferguson, the way he fights, if you look at his fight against Kevin Lee, let's go down to it. I'm going to show you guys again for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about. But he did fight Kevin Lee, and yes, Kevin Lee had a staph infection and blah, 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 blah. But let's see. Let's go to, the UFC website is all fucked up. What was it? UFC 2. The fuck was it? UFC. The fuck was it? UFC 216? I'm having like a mental fart right now. UFC 216. Okay. Ferguson versus Lee. Let's go to the fight. First round. Look at the first round. Okay, the second round, it was a gassing issue with Kevin Lee. But look at the first round. 14 strikes to 38. I mentioned this last week. 13 significance to 27. And then you got that takedown. If you're going to allow Conor McGregor to drop 38 strikes on you and 27 significant strikes. Now, granted, there was that takedown. There was some top control. But still, if Kevin Lee was able to do this, what do you think Tony Ferguson's going to get from Conor McGregor? What do you think? I'm telling you right now, I want this fight to happen in the worst way because not only will Conor McGregor defend his belt, he will beat a guy that is on a 10-fight win streak, a guy that's very good in Tony Ferguson. But he's not in Conor McGregor's level, power-wise. Maybe he's more well-rounded. Maybe he has better cardio. Maybe he has a better ground game. All those things could be very possible. But I'm telling you right now, Conor McGregor beat Eddie Alvarez before the fight even happened. He will beat Tony Ferguson before the fight even happens. He will get in his head, and then he will knock him out. Daniel Cormier said it, right? Daniel Cormier said it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Conor McGregor versus Tony Ferguson. Let me know right now on the MMA-Holes Live. This show here is the MMA-Holes Hour, where we go rival to Ariel Helwani. If you're not subscribed, subscribe right now to the GOAT channel of MMA on YouTube. Lee Khabib 170 says K-Aura. I would like to see that because Khabib, yeah, you know what? Why not? It was a little bit of a weight cutting problem for Kevin Lee. Why not? Why do people complain about wrestling calling it boring? I don't know, Jay Protege. I don't know. That's a good question. Tony would be smashed by Conor. He got hit a lot in the fights. It's Felipe. Smart man. That's right. Yes, Khabib versus Lando. Oh, that would be a fucking good fight. But Lando, I don't know, man. Lando, I don't know. The A-side is drinking scotch. Michael Lanzalone says Tony could win if he hires Edmund to help. Edmund, you have any advice?
Head movement! Head movement! Head movement! Head movement! Head movement! Head movement! Head movement!
Raymond Knight says he will only beat Ferg if he goes in with his head up. Conor got beat by Nate, so yeah, it's not a sure thing versus Tony, says Kenshiro Ryu. Now, nothing is a sure thing. You know, listen, Tony Ferguson is really, really good. I am not discrediting Tony Ferguson. I think he could stay champ for a little bit. He is 32 years old, but I think he could stay up there with the current roster, not Rasta.
Wonderful.
But when it comes to Mystic Mac, I don't know. Coming back at 155, he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. I think he's going to knock Tony's head right off. Clean off. Tony is dead, says K-Aura. Alan Burns says, fuck El Cuckoo. And Bravo, Flat Earth Muppets. Codename says Tony has a bigger gas tank if it goes the distance. I got Tony for the win. And that's what Tony has to do. He needs to stay clear of Conor and tire him out. Weather the storm. If it gets out of the second round, yes, Tony Ferguson would be the one. He would be the one that would definitely win. I don't think it's going past. I don't think it's going past one, to be honest. Don't jinx it, but McGregor will take out Ferguson, says 84th Viking. Ariel is going down. It will take some time, but he's going down. Brian Reuger, that's fucking correct. We will destroy Ariel Helwani, the MMA Hour, MMA Junkie, MMA, anyone, Bloody Elbow. We will take down everyone. Everyone. Filthy George says, play the sound effect, please. You're welcome. Tony will beat Nate 19 out of 20 times easy, says Kenshiro Ryu. Okay, I agree with that. The matchup between Tony versus Nate, yes. I am with you on that one. I do believe you on that one. Nate Diaz, I don't want to get into the whole Nate Diaz Conor thing. We've spoken about it so many times. You know how I feel about that fight. And if you don't know how I feel, I'll make it quick. You could make an argument that Nate Diaz won both fights. He won the first one. You can make an argument that he won the second one. Conor McGregor took something out of the playbook of RDA and chopped down the legs. That's what he did. And that's what you have to do to beat a Nate Diaz. I feel if it goes to 155, it would be the same. People are saying take Nate Diaz for the easy fight. It's not an easy fight because Conor lost to him already, but he lost to him 2 weight classes up. Yes, he did go to a decision, but it was 2 weight classes up. Now, both guys don't belong at 170. Put them at the weight that they belong at 155. Put them there, and we got a new fight. It is not a layup. It's just that matchup just is, it's a fun one to watch. There's something about the two of those guys getting in the cage. It's just fun to watch, Conor and Diaz. But it's time to change it up. I want to see Conor McGregor retire with one last fight versus Nate Diaz to complete the trilogy at 155. But right now, I want to be a selfish fan. I need Conor McGregor to throw me and everyone else a bone and take on Tony Ferguson. The question is, does the UFC want this? Does the UFC think it's worth this fight to happen? Because it all comes down to money. Tony Ferguson is not a person that puts asses in the seats, unfortunately. Fans just don't gravitate towards Tony Ferguson when it comes to paying. Now, MMA fans like Tony Ferguson. They root for Tony Ferguson. They realize that Tony Ferguson is the real deal. But fans don't pay to see Tony Ferguson fight. Look back at his previous fights. They don't sell out. The pay-per-views aren't through the roof. Tony Ferguson, he just does not sell fights. So if this fight happens, you thank this man. Yes, sir. Conor McGregor. You thank him for the fight. I want everyone to grovel to Conor McGregor and thank him for the fight, for taking a pay cut. Thank the UFC for taking a pay hit to put Mystic Mac in there to defend his belt against Tony Ferguson. But I think we all want to see that fight over there, Tony Ferguson versus Conor McGregor. Let me know in the chat what you want to see. What do you want to see next for Conor McGregor? Let me know right now as I play the 10 more likes song. 51 likes on a Monday. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. 10 more likes. High-powered, high-energy Monday. Let's go, everybody.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
There you go. Brady Ferguson dances for likes. So if you're having a good time hanging with the boys and girls,
Hanging with the boys.
and that's right, there are ladies that watch this show. That's right. And we love the 7%. Because the 7% is
Wonderful, wonderful.
That's right. Fu Conor. He can fight Nate anytime, says, I see you at the boozer. Brian Rogers says, yes, Fergie versus Conor. Philly George says, give me Tony. Give it to me. Tony versus Conor. Mike Lanzalone wants Tony versus Conor as well. Raul Raz says, Nate was 6'6", 300 plus when they fought.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So true. Nate actually grew. He grew taller and he got heavier. That's right. That's true. I had a friend that would get into fights, and every time he would tell the story about this one time where he got the fucking shit kicked out of him, the guy got bigger each and every time he told the story. Let me know if you had any friends like that. He was like, yeah, man, the fucking guy was 7 foot tall. I couldn't even believe it. All right, here we go. Hey, Minion's here. We brought you up earlier in the stream. Welcome, Minion McGrognan. He's wonderful, wonderful. Says the narrative of Conor defending one of his belts for the first time ever should make this a money fight. Now, Minion, in theory, that works. That makes sense. But you know how fans are, man. You know how they are. Everyone's going to be stealing that pay-per-view. People will be there, but the UFC, the price of the tickets would be so high that there'll be empty seats. They need to lower the price of these fucking tickets, man. MGM, I can't tell you how many times the MGM, they give away tickets. Like, you're better off just waiting to the last minute to try to get tickets because they can't sell out because the tickets are fucking too expensive. Look at Michigan, Detroit, $200 to sit 15 rows back for the cage. That's what MGM's going to have to start doing, man. Lower the fucking price of the tickets. Sell these cards out. Grow the UFC. Get paid. Not give away tickets at the end. UFC 196, they were giving away tickets. McGregor versus Diaz won. They were literally giving away tickets. We heard it on the radio. They said, come down at the gate. We were giving away tickets. They couldn't sell out the fight. They do it all the time. UFC 217 will be the same in MSG. I want Conor to ear pick that chimp-looking motherfucker, says Alan Byrne. Wait, who, this guy?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Who, that guy, Tony Ferg? I don't care. They all dead. I'm in porta potty watching this. Hey, Noah, in the porta potty, represent. I want you in that porta potty to scream at the top of your lungs, MMA-Holes. I want you to film it, record it, and at the MMA-Holes on Twitter. And I'll play it on the next show. Scream at the top of your lungs. Get that echo of that porta potty. And go, MMA-Holes! Anyone in public, if you yell MMA-Holes in public, video that shit, man. DM me on Twitter. I'll share the shit out of that. We'll play it on the show. All right, let's see what else we got here. Conor has not fought MMA since last November, says Johnny. It's been a while. It's been a while. I was going to take phone calls, but wow, we went over an hour over here. A lot of stuff we talked about, a lot of stuff we covered. If you missed it, run it back, watch the replay. Check out the replay. I'm going to go a couple more minutes. I'm going to shut it down. And then I'm going to be live on Wednesday night. And the after show is Jessie Belle Hill. Go check out this chair is squeaky. It's fucking driving me nuts. Anyway. Conor via ankle picks, is Filthy George. Imagine Conor gives him a taste of his own medicine. And ankle picks. Ankle picks.
Wonderful,
Tony
wonderful.
Ferguson. I know Ken, it's sad. I feel Conor has no respect for belts and MMA, Johnny. So here's the thing about the respect. Why should Conor respect the belts? Is what I want to know. If you were in Conor's shoes, you would do the exact same thing. Kaepernick says, I'll tip the porta potty over. But you would do the same thing. You know, think about it. If you're in Conor's shoes, you would do the same thing. And I would say this about any fighter. I've even said this about a Justin Bieber. I can't stand the fucking kid. I cannot fucking stand Justin Bieber. I think he's a little piece of shit. But if you were Justin Bieber and you were 15 years old and became super famous and then your childhood was in front of the public eye, you would be slaying bitches, doing drugs, and getting into trouble. Correct? Conor McGregor comes into the UFC, snatches 2 belts, gets whatever the fuck he wants, runs over people, and he does back it up. You have to admit that. But he's played the game. Conor has a right to do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't understand why we complain about it. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. He just puts on a show for us. You would do the same fucking thing. You're a liar. If you would look at me and be like, no, man, I take a pay cut and I defend that belt. Why the fuck would you take a pay cut and put your ass at risk? Why? Why would you do it? You wouldn't do it. This is a sport where any day your career could be over. What do these people have after these fights? They're going to be a broadcaster? Not all of them could do it. These people are supporting families. So you have to look at it that way. Put yourself in Conor's shoes. You would do the exact same fucking thing. Michael Anzalone says money changes people in the worst way. Now, some people just think money. Money, 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 money. People say that Conor has more money than God. You know, what does it matter to Conor? You never could have too much money. You never could have too much if you have a family. In your mind, especially if you have a child, your mind to support that family, to support the next generation, the generation after that. If you look at Conor McGregor, he's putting his parents up in beautiful homes, buying them lavish things. His sister, his wife, his son. You have to look at it that way. And if you look at it that way, you would understand. You would understand where Conor's coming from. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if he defends that belt? Conor is the exception to the rule. Now, if every single UFC fighter did it, it would be a problem, of course. But that's not the case. Conor is on a different level when it comes to trash talking and marketing. Conor's on a complete different level. He's a once-in-a-lifetime athlete. When he is gone, we will be complaining that the UFC was never the same without Conor. It won't be the same without Conor. We will be complaining about it. Think about Ronda Rousey. When Ronda Rousey was on the top of her game, everyone would complain about Ronda Rousey. People were complaining about Iron Mike Tyson, if you could believe it. There were people that hated Iron Mike Tyson and would root for him to lose and would make every excuse for why Mike Tyson would win. Mike Tyson left and boxing died. Boxing sucked after Mike Tyson left. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment right now. Because if you don't soak in this moment, it's going to pass you by. And Conor will be gone. And then who's next? We have to wait for how long? Can't 2 million be enough for one kid? Brian Roger, what if he has another kid? What if you want your kid's kid to be set for life? Think about it. What would you do? What would you do in this situation? I would do the exact same fucking thing. I would do the exact fucking same thing. The next generation will fall To the coat hangers is Jay Smooth. the dick riding has been off the chain here. Here's the thing. And Stewie, what's going on? I've done streams dedicated to actually destroying Conor. Okay, I did streams when Conor did his press conference, his interview with Ariel Helwani. I destroyed him. I literally ranted for an hour and a half, just destroying Conor. So I will criticize Conor McGregor. I'll criticize anyone. It's not that I'm a flip-flopper. I'm a realist. But if you put yourself in a situation, even if you're not a Conor McGregor fan, you would do the same fucking thing. For your family, you would do the same fucking thing. You would run over people for your family. You would do anything for your family. So, a king must rule. Look what defending your belt got Mighty Mouse. All hail the king, says Alan Byrne. It's true. Mighty Mouse is doing it the right way. Very good point by Alan, by the way. Very good point. Look at what Mighty Mouse is doing. Mighty Mouse is doing it the right way. He is doing it the right way. He is fucking running over people, defending his belt, breaks Anderson Silva's record, and everyone's complaining about Mighty Mouse. Everyone's complaining about Mighty Mouse for doing it the right way. What the fuck do these fighters have to do for you guys not to complain about him? Alan, fucking fantastic point. Look at Mighty Mouse. He's doing it the right way. Conor could never win. He could defend the belts. People will hate him. He could not defend the belts. People will hate him. That's what it comes down to. You have to think about it. You have to think about it. What Conor is doing right now, you would do the same thing. Mighty Mouse is doing it the right way. He's not getting paid. Mighty Mouse has to play video game tournaments to make money. He has to play fucking video game tournaments to make money. Mad Samurai says, the right way, so is Conor doing it the wrong way? Conor, according to you guys, Conor is. According to everyone else. Well, not everyone in the chat. Some people understand. But to others, they're saying he's doing it the wrong way. Who is doing it right? Let me know in the chat. Mighty Mouse or Conor? Because there are some people that are complaining about both. They are saying, get rid of 125. Mighty Mouse should go up and fight Cody Garbrandt or TJ Dillashaw. Why is he staying down at 125? He's fighting cans. Think about it. MMA-Holes, take some advice from Kobe's Corner. What does that even mean, Stewie? What does that even mean? But he ain't got, and subscribe to Kobe's Corner down and below in the description. I will be on his show on Thursdays, making Kobe's Corner great again. That's right. It'll be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
J Pro J says, why would people hate him for defending the belt? Says J Pro J. Why do you hate Mighty Mouse? Why do people hate Mighty Mouse, Jay? Think about it. Why do people hate Mighty Mouse? He defends his belt. He defends his belt. People hate certain fighters to hate certain fighters. And I do the same thing when it comes to actors. I do the same thing when it comes to fighters. I've hated on John Jones for a long time. The guy's great. I've always found a way to bash John Jones. Okay? Everyone has a person that they root for and they hate. If you hate Conor McGregor, okay? If he defends the belt, you will find something else to hate Conor McGregor. Think about it. The people that bash Conor McGregor hate Conor McGregor because of his personality, what he brings to the table. It's not that Conor McGregor doesn't defend the belt. That's not why they hate Conor McGregor. They hated Conor McGregor from the very beginning. They hated his swag, his style, and what he stands for. That's what it is. Conor could defend 7 belts. He could just keep on defending, and people will find ways to hate the guy. It happens in every sport. And it's fine. It's acceptable. I'm just bringing up the other side of the equation. I'm asking you guys why. Why do you hate a guy that doesn't defend the belt? You hate Mighty Mouse. He defends the belt. Alan, I'm going to use that point over and over and over again because it was a great point. Doug McGuire subscribed to Jessie Belle. That's wonderful, wonderful. Kobe's got a fat deck. All right. There you go, Jake Troy. Kobe's court is the warm on MMA-Holes. Cormier, a fat ass, though. All right. Well, that's true. That is true. They don't hate him. They just don't give a fuck about him, says Felipe. And if you didn't give a fuck about him, you wouldn't talk about him. Clearly, people do give a fuck. But that is the thing that I'm trying to say here. Whether you like the guy or you hate the guy, you talk about the guy. And that's what's great about mixed martial arts. There is a fighter that you don't like. There's a fighter that you do like. There are bad guys and good guys. It's the great thing about this sport. It's the great thing. This chat room. It's the great thing about this chat room over here. Everyone has an opinion. And I like to showcase your opinions over here. Yes, I have my opinions. I have strong opinions about things. And I push my opinion out there. But when it comes down to it, no one is right. And that's why I showcase this live chat. That's why Ariel Helwani doesn't showcase his live chat. I don't give a fuck. You could say whatever you want. You could say I'm a dumb white guy with a stupid red beard and I'm an idiot. That's fine. It's fully acceptable over here in the MMA-Holes. Everyone's entitled to their opinion over here. I give you guys a stage. You could spew whatever you'd like. You could go back and watch it and make your point and state your point. And that's what it comes down to on this channel. That's what it's about. So you subscribe to the GOAT of YouTube, the MMA-Holes. You say your opinion and you stick with your opinion. Never flip-flop. Always stay true to yourself. And that's it. But more importantly, Conor McGregor needs to fight this guy.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Conor needs to fight this guy. What I need you guys to do in the comment section down below is this. The comment section down below when this thing shuts down. State your case. Conor McGregor, why should Conor McGregor defend his belt? Why do you not like Conor McGregor? And why do you not like Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson? I want to see a debate go strong. I want to see a debate go strong down in that comment section. That's what I want to see. I want the dick riders of Conor. I want the dick riders of Mighty Mouse. I want the anti-dick riders and everyone else in between. I want everybody down there. No, 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 no. Chris, you're completely awesome and entertaining. Thank you, Mad Samurai. I appreciate that. You're wonderful, wonderful, my friend.
Wonderful, wonderful.
It's all about having fun over here, guys. It's all about having fun. And I have a great time doing this. That's why I come back each and every week. This week we're doing 5 fucking shows. Actually, we're doing 6 because I'll be on Kobe's. So you're going to see me 6 fucking times this week. Let's all spoon together. Brian Roy just says MMA-Holes for life. State your opinion. Let me know in the comment section down below about Mighty Mouse and Conor McGregor. We're going to end it with one more song. 10 more fucking likes. Like this shit if you haven't done it yet. Let's go, guys. We're going to make them dance one more time. Like the fuck out of this. Go.
I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. Fuck you, dislikes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I've got 10 more likes. I hope the dislikes die of AIDS.
All right, guys. My hour is up. It was a great show. Great time hanging with you guys. Hanging with the boys.
Hanging with the boys.
Always fun. Hanging out with the MMA-Holes. Always have a good time. Remember, if you haven't done it yet, share this video. I demand you share this video right fucking now. I demand that you like this video. I demand that if you're not, subscribe to the GOAT of YouTube, the MMA-Holes. Do it right now. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell everyone. Be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And always remember that I'll be back Wednesday. I'll be back Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And Jessie Belle Hill, subscribe to the GOAT moderator inside over here. Subscribe to Jessie Belle Hill because she'll be doing the after show. And she's wonderful, wonderful as well. I'll see you guys Wednesday. And always remember, don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA-Hole.